Nearly a week after the visit of the Belgian royal family to DR Congo, the European country has decided to return the remains of the Congolese independence hero, Patrice Lumumba, as part of efforts to boost relations between the two countries. Now, according to some Congolese citizens, the gesture is not enough to mend the colonial-ruled misconducts meted on their people by the Belgians. Now, Patrice Lumumba was the first democratically elected Congolese prime minister, but was assassinated in 1961 by his country's soldiers supported by the Belgians. Here's more details of that in this report.
A reckoning with Belgium's colonial past. Remains of Congolese independence hero Patrice Lumumba being handed over to his family in Belgium. Belgian authorities had planned to hand over a tooth believed to be Lumumba's only remains last year, but they postponed it due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The handover marks part of reconciliation efforts between Belgium and the DRC, which suffered widespread abuses during the colonial period. However, some Congolese feel it's not enough to atone for the colonial-era abuses.
The
return of Lumumba's remains is not a very big thing for me. I was expecting Belgium to support our country economically and help equip our army because we have many security problems.
Belgium's King Philip was recently in the DRC for his first visit to his country's former colony. He handed over a mask that was on display at a Belgian museum to Congolese officials and expressed regrets for the atrocities committed by his ancestors.
I want to express my deepest regret for the past injuries and the pain caused by the discrimination inflicted on the DRC during the colonial rule.
Belgian authorities agreed to return Patrice Lumumba's remains in 2020 at the height of the global Black Lives Matter protest.
It's now 61 years since we've been demanding the return of Patrice Lumumba's remains from Belgium. They have heeded our call and given the Congolese people the dignity they deserve. But they should also compensate his family and the country for having played a role in his death.
Patrice Lumumba rose to power to become the DRC's first democratically elected prime minister at the age of 34. He was assassinated in 1961 by Congolese rebels backed by Belgium for his anti-colonial stance. His body is reported to have been cut to pieces and dissolved in acid by a Belgian police officer.
Patrice Lumumba is regarded as a hero not just in the DRC but across the continent as well for being a leading voice of African liberation. His remains will be taken around the country before being buried in the capital Kinshasa later this month.